What's going on YouTube? I've got another video out for you guys, and I'm kind of going to go over my whole system again, just so the newer people that have joined my channel kind of know what's going on in it. I'm going to go ahead and start in the sump and let you know how my tank's doing, and what I've got going on down here. If you can see that my tank back there, he likes to hide over in this corner. There's some algae growing in there, but I mean, he looks a little bit healthier and he swims around here a lot more, so I'm just gonna keep him in here for a while. He's still really skinny, but I think he is eating. I've seen him nibble on some stuff, like his mouth will just open and shut really quick, but I haven't seen him actually like keep the food in. So I'm just gonna keep him down here in observation, and hopefully everything goes good. As you can see, I have a 40-gallon breeder tank. Let's see if I can get a good shot. That's a pretty good shot right there. I had, when I had originally set it up, I set it up with this baffle here, this one that comes up here, and these two here to help. This is the bubble trap. This is a separate thing that I had put egg crate across this so I could have foam pad yeah. Another thing to catch detritus. There we go. Sorry about that. It seems to be working pretty good. I got some amphipods and copepods in one of my orders, and they seem to like to live in there, so I'm trying not to mess with that too much. The same with my filter pad back there, or the filter sock. They like to live in there, and so I got to try to get them out whenever I can, and I'll basically dump them out into a bucket and just stick my hand in there, and they'll basically just attach themselves to my hand, and then I'll just shake them off in the water column right here. I do have green algae sheet, and if you guys know what this is, the guy told me it was Caulerpa, so if you guys know what it is, that'd be awesome if you could just reassure me that it is. I can't tell if anything's growing very well. Like, it doesn't look like it is, but it doesn't look like it's completely disappearing. So with that, I also have this Cato here. I want to say it is growing, but here, let me get closer. If you guys can see the top right here, it looks a little white. I don't know if that's good or not. I've never actually grown Cato. So if you guys could let me know on what I need to look for to see if it's growing and stuff, that'd be awesome. I got this 6 LED strip from Marine Depot. I'm probably going to try to do a review on it, but I'm new to the whole reviews of products and stuff, so bear with me. I also bought this Eheim Jagger heater because my other two heaters from Bulk Reef Supply went out like was it 3 or 4 months after their warranty, so I basically got screwed over there. They were working good, and then all of a sudden one of them just stayed on all the time, and one of them just completely stopped working. Like, the LED on it worked, like the number, but the actual heat that it was producing wasn't hardly anything. So I ended up having to get this one, which was this was a really good deal. I got 2 of these for basically the same price as the other ones, and these are supposed to handle like 230 gallons or something like that. So I've got this one in here, and I've got another one as a backup. So I'm looking forward to that. This was a little tricky to calibrate and get it set up, but once you do, man, it's pretty accurate on the temperature. It stays pretty constant between 77 and 79. Like, I have it set at 78, but its turn-off point is 79 high, and its turn-off point when it gets low is 77, so it kind of fluctuates in between there, but it's really not that bad. It's really surprisingly working pretty well. What's been going on lately is my tank. Obviously, I've been really worried about it, trying to get it to eat, and at first, like, it was like bumping into stuff all the time, like it was delusional. And I think that has a lot to do with it not eating. So I put it in here by itself. There's only snails and crabs down here, so hopefully he'll realize there's tons of algae in here he could just munch on all day. And see what happens from there. Over here I have my Reef octopus cone skimmer. I don't remember exactly what size it is. I think it's the 1000, but it's the compact one. And this thing, I haven't cleaned this out in a couple days, so it's really dark, and it's doing pretty good keeping all the, like, I'll see it stop foaming for a while, and that means it's basically got whatever it can get out of the water column. And so far I really like it. I've only had a few problems with the little tiny snails. I don't know what they're called, but they have gotten in the propeller, and I've had to like disassemble it to get them out of there. And one of them's chipped off one of the little pinwheels, the spikes on it, the little pins, and I had to. It's basically not there, but it still works just fine. Like, I'm obviously producing stuff up here, so that's good. Up here, haven't had much changes. It still looks pretty nasty. Sorry for the camera not focusing. I'll just go ahead and go away from that. It doesn't look like it's getting worse, but it doesn't look like it's getting any better. So I'm also doing this on my phone, so sorry if it's not the best non-shaky quality. I would like to get a tripod, but I haven't been able to find one for my phone. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right places. I've also got 2 power heads. I've got one here to circulate this top water, because this bean animal overflow is so, like, it's got such a solid stream on it that there's no water current in here because I have the filter sock. There's no bubbles bubbling up and making this all agitate and everything like that, so I had to get a power head and put it in here to keep this top water circulated, which I'm completely fine with doing that, because I'd rather have no bubbles and no salt creep everywhere and just be able to use this one power head over here. I've also got this one over here just to kind of help with just trying to keep some of the algae down here. Like, I want the specific algae to be the Cato, and hopefully this if it's Caulerpa. Just so I have stuff to feed my tang, and basically a home for all my pods, because I got quite a few of them in there right now, just from them reproducing and the package that I got with some, because I wanted to populate it a little bit more with actually adult ones. And I've got also green ones that where I bought them from, which was really cool. They blend in really well, so they don't really get picked on by predators if there is any, which I don't have any here right now, except for maybe the snails, but I don't even think they bother with that. What else? This is my power head over here. I've got the, what is it? I think it's the Eheim 620 submersible or dry run pump. I've obviously got a submersible, but this thing works like a champ. I haven't, like, it still does quite a bit of flow. Here, there's gonna be a bright light, but I'll show you my power head up here. Like, it's obviously still producing a lot of water agitation up top. I mean, that whole thing is rippled, and plus my other 2 power heads over here help with that. But I have this one in the middle that I just got it there for looks. I don't know if I'm going to take it out or not, but when I get up there, I'll show you how it's plumb. It's literally from this right side all the way to the left, straight up, and straight across the tank. So it's got quite a ways to go, but I think it's doing the job. I've got plenty of water movement through here. I have some mangroves that I've had in here for a while. This one's doing a little bit better. I think it's grown probably 1/8 of an inch from the last time. And this one is obviously just getting huge. I try to get a little bit of RO water on it every now and then, but I'm not sure what I need to do about that, trying to keep these to keep growing, because one of them is starting to get brown tips, if you can see. But yeah, that's that. I also have this other pump right here that provides flow for my bulk reef supply BRS reactor. It's got GFO in one chamber and carbon in the other chamber. It's got a flow control over there, so I can kind of restrict it and whatnot to have that bouncing around and tumbling. And obviously the flow over here, let's see if I can get something to show it. It's stuck on a rock. It's not a wild flow right now because I didn't want it to tumble a whole lot because I had lost my lid for the GFO, so I didn't want it blasting and stuff. Plus it leaves the water just a little bit cloudy sometimes. So I turn it down and keep it a little low, but it still does the job. My water's pretty clear. Don't have a lot of problems with that. I've got 2 other mangroves, one there and one there. Those were kind of up in the overflow box just because they weren't very tall. The roots have just grown crazy, but now I'm wanting the bodies of them to grow, so I put them back down here. Let's see, what else? I got a bunch of rubble rock. Let's see if you can see it back there behind all that. There's a couple brittle starfish in there that are basically been sentenced to live over here. Sometimes they get across and like through this little thing they'll come across and go over here, but I'll try to pick them up and put them back over in here because those things will eat anything that goes in this water, so I try to keep them away for that. They almost ate my bubble tip anemone when I first put it in there, so didn't want to have that, so I put them over there. My electrical, I literally hardwired everything in. It's got the special grade for water resistant. I've got foam pads where all like in between the outlet box and the outlet plate, so it's supposed to help with the water. This is all basically on one circuit panel, like that my dad was putting in for our attic, and it's all on I think two switches, one down here for the bottom and one up top. So we literally went all out on it, and this is where I tried to do one of the regular lights from Walmart or Home Depot, and I still haven't been able to find a 65 to 67K light, so it's kind of being put off. I had an LED one that was really cool, but I think it was producing so much light that it was actually affecting all this stuff up there, so I had taken it out. My cords are a little bit messy, but compared to a lot of tanks I've seen, this is actually really organized, which is what I was going for in the first place. I didn't want a whole mess of stuff everywhere. So, thumbs up for neat and organized. Let's go ahead and go over to the left side over here and show you. I don't have a lot of light over here, so kind of bear with me. It's just basically the standard stuff. The auto top-off pump, the auto top-off water. I've got the lid here just to kind of keep the water consumption down. I need to put that over on the other side, but I basically fill this up once a week, and it'll dissipate and fill it back up and everything like that. But I've also plumbed literally everything in for this sink up here. I'll get to that in a minute. I've run my RODI unit to this. I've got hot and cold and my RO line. I don't have hot water yet, but during the summer, I mean, the water gets so hot in the line that it'll probably last about a minute before the water starts to get cold. So if I ever need to do anything with hot water, I just kind of, like, just to rinse my hands off or something, I'll do that. But I also have outlets back here for all this stuff. If you guys have any questions about anything that I've done, please feel free to ask. I'm always looking to watch new people's videos and what they're doing with their stuff and seeing what's different with mine, so that'd be cool. Let's go ahead and go up to the top section over here. Sorry. Alright, this is where we put my sink in. I've got my salt cup in there, which I've just rinsed out. I've got my test tubes over here and a drain plug and strainer and all that stuff. This was some extra countertop that we had out in the attic, so we just kind of cut it and rigged it to put it in here and put a backsplash on it and everything like that, all the way around.